Hello guys, so welcome back to my series over here. I have a new track going for me over here. I just started a new one and completely from the newest perspective that I've ever done in my life. I have a completely new perspective now based on music production, and now what I've done here is I've layered already. I will record this now. And it's recording. Anyway guys, you can see the actual recording of this track that I made. It's my track 2. It's my actual part 2 series from Liquid Trinity that I made. And from that track, this one here now is going to be a much better version. It's going to be 3 minutes 25 seconds. And I've already put the time markers in. So what is a time marker? A time marker is, for example, you can see where your track's going to be layered. You can see where your builds and drops are. And also my mixer is all said and done in terms of its 3 mixer channels. I have my master, my first mixer, which has a vocal in it, and also an effects channel. And my instrumental channel is the master version. So that way I do have only 3 mixer channels and my time markers, which explain where my track is inside of the arrangement. So I may have a drop 2 over here, or say on the top of the arrangement where my drop 2 is. So that way I can always make sure that I can get ahead. I can always do something that's related to my health and something that's going to help broaden my music range and my time management skills. So that said, I can now get into doing my kick. So I have an 808 kick over here, and you guys can just follow my lead over here. So when I do this kick, I can see inside my actual EQ how my kick is already layered, as I've done the EQ already inside my master channel. So what I'm looking to do over here is just to see the long trim over here, and then I'll do the short trim. Let's have a look over here. So with the kick, I'll never fade in the kick ever. I'll never fade in my kicks. And to fade in and to fade out my kicks, let's have a look. Now, to fade out your kick, you can fade out your kick and make it nice and EQ doable so that you can have a short 808 kick, and that can be for the start of your track, always. So what I can do now is I can make my drop first. I'll make the drop first. So what I'm doing now is always do the drop first. I'll do the drop first, and what I do is I lay out where the drop goes. Only where the kicks of the drop goes first. First I lay out the drop, and that way I can see the reverse version of this. Has a nice effect to it. Now, in terms of fading your kick stereos, make sure that you just do it. Just do it for now. You can do it. And I suggest you do fade in your stereo in terms of your percussion always. Normalize your stems. So what I will do is I'll just place this on 4 kicks over here in the pattern, and I'll make it keep on hitting me in terms of my life. I'll make sure I'm never hitting myself. I'll make sure I'm never hitting myself. That way, just so I can see the swap stereo over here. So in terms of fading stereo on the kick, I never do it. I never fade the stereo, as the kick would only sound over here. I need the kick to be able to be in my face. So in terms of using the stereo on a kick, I never use a stereo on a kick ever. Never again. And also, I'll never reverse polarity on a kick. I will normalize the kick, and I can also remove DC offset. And you can use the sample start offset to make sure it kicks from your actual 808 kick or any type of kick that you do. I'll leave that. I'll let it punch. So what I will do for my kicks, I always do this for my kicks. I put a soft clipper in it, and that's it. Now, since I have that, let's have a look over here. So just making my kick the way I need it to sound. So look at what's going on over here. Just placing a wave shaper. You have to see that when you place a wave shaper on your kick, it's going to give you the nice, beautiful distortion kick that you need. And then what you can do is you can turn down the volume of the wave shaper. I find 65% of the wave shaper in terms of my kick can give me a soft clipping kick. I'll use that. Just make sure, guys, you have one distortion on your kick and that's it. That's all you need. Now, I clone the kick. I make sure I layer the kick 3 times. Why? It's going to give me a stronger kick. You need a nice simple sound, guys, remember? And I'll also place a nice beautiful hat inside of my kick, just to make it more punchy. Beautiful. Now, guys, make sure that your sound is very simple. Make it a simple sound, guys. Guys, never overdo it. I did it in my last track, which is my Liquid Trinity track, just so I can test it out. I was just testing out everything, and it's no smash hit of a track, believe me. You can also reverse your hats, although at the moment I never reverse them. I just never use stereo on my percussions ever. In terms of the stem track, I have no need to. As then it would just start doing this the whole way through, and it gets in the way of my actual sound. I've just learned that from experience. I will use the sample star offset to go into the hat to make it nice and punchy. I'll find a better hat. I need something just to touch it. Something that's soft and quiet. Let's have a look at this one. Did you hear that? That on its own can be my actual sound. And let's have a look. Do you hear that? And also you can leave one of the actual hats to be clicking that way. Although what I will do is I will trim the hat and I'll make it this way. Let's have a look. You can make it in a way that it's just gonna click for you. It's just gonna click. That's all you need. Never be a perfectionist. You understand? Never be so perfect in your tracks. Just make it nice and punchy. That's it. It's so simple. Now, for my drop, I need something to really, let's say it's going to be a kick drop. So in order for me to really make a kick drop, it has to be really fast, has to be something really excellent that really somebody is going to enjoy. And to have only the 808 kick in my track, in terms of just a drop, I can put some gross beat in it, and that can be my track. And that's a really simple track. And I can go that route, and otherwise there is better, and I can mix in 2 kicks inside one and make it a unique kick for myself, as I did with that I symbol that I used to do. In terms of, I still do it, I do an I symbol with my kick. I can do that to make a double kick. I can just make one kick as my 808 kick and let it be for now. Just make everything simple. Now for that, let's have a look over here. To shorten my kick, let's have a look. That can just be my kick. That can be my drop. You can raise the pitch sound inside of your kick to make it go boom 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 boom. Have a nice different sound. That way you have a nice different pitch. This I can never listen to it. that ruins the track. Yeah, so make sure, guys, when you're making a drop, make it something that you would listen to. That's it. Something that you would listen to all your life. Never ever base your tracks based on other people and what they are making. Make it what you need to make it for, so that you can listen to it. So what I'll do with this kick, I'll make it shorter. I'll make my kick to be, let's have a look, something I need. What do I need? Now I see that. I'll place the in halfway. Let's have a look over here. No. It's a reverse bass right here. Here we go. Something that I would listen to. There. So I have a nice beautiful reverse bass kick followed by my hat. So my hat's really kicking the hardstyle kick. Now, let's have a look. I can do better on this kick. I can do much better. Has to be, let's say, shorter in its length of that there. That's much better. That I can listen to all day long. So all I done was, let's have a look over here. That works. So all I done was I put the in fade at 0% and I put the out fade all the way at 100%. Has a nice beautiful reverse bass module with no kick inside the kick. It's just the 808 when it goes boom and all I'm using is just my hat to make that kick. Now I have to go and see the wave shaper, my actual wave shaper, and I'll turn it down. That's how it sounds. Let's have a look. So what I'm doing now is just seeing where my vision is at. I can see. We'll do better than that. I'm going to do better. I can leave it right there. Nice, beautiful 50% wave shaper in volume. And I can let it be. For example, now, when you're making a kick, when you're making percussion with your kick, make sure it's something that you would listen to. And then once you have that kick, make sure you layer it and make sure that you design it in a way that you would listen to it. That's it. So what are some ideas I can grab from this? I can make sure that my kick can jump around as one kick. And that's all you need. Just that, that's simple. It's very simple. What else? Let's have a look. Now, I have a beautiful idea over here. I can clone 3 kicks to be punching with the kick. That's what I did right now. And the other ones can be my reverse bass kick. Let's have a look over here. Now, it's a wave shaper that makes that ba ba ba. I need light sounds. The wave shaper. So what I can do is I can nail my wave shaper to be in a way it's going to suit me. It's going to suit me. It has none of that bat, bat, bat in the background. Let's go 50%. Now, that is that way. So let's have a look over here. I'll place a soft clipper over here. That just goes with the distortion. Now it has a sub bass that you need. It has a beautiful sub bass. Not there. Now It's coming from my reverb. I just need that. That's beautiful. Now I see what's going on. It's actually the wet sound from my fruity reverb. Now I've got the sound. It's a wet sound. So that wet sound, I can totally switch it off. Make it a wide kick, nice wide kick. My one sounds better. It's in your face. In your face. This sounds amazing. Yeah. Let it be. Let it be this way. Now that's a much more beautiful way to do a reverb. Do a reverb around your kick. Put the dry all the way up. I put the dry all the way up inside percussion. This can be my new master now. No decay. The reverb makes a difference. I'll put this as my new master. Now, my soft clipper is 100% now. It's really giving me that kick that I need. Now, from this point, what else can I place my kick to really make that beefy attitude? I placed 3 reverse bass in it. I placed 3 actual kick modules in it to go with it. I placed three hats in it. It has 9 layers. My kick has 9 layers. It's giving me a really, really smooth transition with my master on it already. When I look at the EQ here, very beautiful. Now in your low end of the kick, what you can do is you can remove the high end totally from it. When you remove the high end totally from your kick, you just hear the low end. Now that is so much better. That's so much better. That's all you need to hear from the low end. You never need to hear the high end of your kick. That's it. When you hear the high end of your kick, what for? You have no need for the high end of the kick. You put it all the way down. Put it all the way down. The high end of the kick. You only EQ the low end and that's it. And I mean, you only EQ the kick to have the low end inside of the kick. So inside of the EQ2 or any type of EQ, leave the 1 and 2 in it, and that's it. Everything else you pull down. When it's a low end instrument, EQ just for the low part so that you hear the low part, and EQ the outside of the low. So what you'll do in the kick is you EQ the high end and the middle end, take it all the way out, and just leave the low end there. That way you get what you need. Oh, what do I need? This one is, let's say, nah. The soft clipper can do it for me in this one. So what I'll do at the moment, I just place the soft clipper inside my hardstyle kicks. That's the way. Now, that's very beautiful. I see more now what I can do. Now, when you're doing a separate instrument, each instrument has to be EQ'd separately. And it's either high end or low end for those instruments. Instruments are either high end or low end. When it's a high end instrument, EQ all the low and the middle out. When it's a low end instrument, EQ the middle end and the high out, always. And export it as one stem file so you can always use it in your track and master it in the spot. Master the stem file and that way arrange it. Then arrange it for yourself. So from this point, what I'll do now is I have my kick. I have a beautiful kick over here. That's all I'll leave for the kick. I'll make it simple, very simple. Something I can always listen to. Now, what I do is, since I have my kick now, I will just export the actual file for it. The actual stem file. So what I do is, I'll place a pattern over here inside my arrangement list and I will just export that file. And that's it. I just export my kick, my 4 kicks. And then I'll arrange them. So that kick, no matter what happens, I have the kick and I can arrange my kick. So now I'll just render my kick. And it's a very beautiful kick. When I listen to it, I can always listen to it. Very, very, very beautiful kick. I can listen to it always. It's mastered, has the EQ in it, has the reverb that it's supposed to have inside. And now, for example, with your instruments, EQ and reverb, all of them, separately, in a different manner all the time, that's going to suit your hearing aid. That's actually beneficial for you. And that's it. EQ everything based on your hearing and your style. And that's it. Whatever you love to hear in your track, just do that. So I found out the wet reverb, when I pulled it all the way up, it went shh, 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 shh inside the kick, and I never needed that. So I took off the wet inside the reverb to make it just boom, 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 boom. And that's it. There's no boom, shh, boom, shh. None of that. So that is all for that. And here we go. So for example, now each one of my tracks is going to have something new in it. Totally new. Nobody's done it. And that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to do tracks where nobody's done the track ever in your style. So make it something that you can do it. Make something that you can only do, and that's the way to do your tracks. Hardstyle kick. Hardstyle track 2. Kick. Now I have my kick over here. Now all I do now is I layer the kick right away. So right away, I layer my kick where it's supposed to be inside the track. So all I do now, since I've actually exported 4 kicks, just 4 bars, boom, 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 boom. I exported that file for myself, and my kick is going now in the drop. Just that way. It's going to go in drop 2. And all I'm doing is putting where that kick is going to go inside my track as a first layer. And so I'll do my tracks. I'll do my tracks in a way that the kick is first in my hardstyle range, and that's it. Now I have my beautiful kicks laid out as one arrangement file. You understand? Because my timeline shows me where my tracks go. My tracks are my instruments. So my instrument is my kick for this example, and has 3 spaces inside my track where my kick is going. So what I'll do now, since I've layered the track, I've exported the file, which is my kick. I can use it for future references. I can always use that kick. It's a beautiful sound, it's a beautiful kick, I can always use it. And I use one folder for that. I can always put my folder kicks, everything that I've managed to make the sound so perfect that I can always use it forever. Now, I've arranged my kick in bars, so I've used my bar snap, so it's a nice beautiful bar, so I can stay in the grid lines of my beautiful arrangement list. And now, you have to make your kick so simple, just make it so simple. Believe me, never put too much in it. I was a person who was putting so much in my music. I was making it very complex for myself, very, very complex. So what I do now is I can make, for example, in my kick, I can make a nice steady pattern. So what I do in the first drop goes in the second drop, goes in the third drop. So in the first drop, I can make, for example, there's 4 bars. So it's 16 beats each drop, 16 beats. So now it's time to say, hey, what will go in my drop in terms of the kick? In the kick, it's going to be, let's have a look. Now I can pull back one kick. I can pull back one kick over here. So I'll go to step, snap, step, and I take away a kick. I'll take away one kick. So we'll go do, 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 do. So one of the kicks inside my first bar of my drop is going to be set to have no kick. And that's going to be also for my drop 2 and drop 3, to make everything simple, to make it all nice and easy going. Then, what will I do now? From this point, I can make sure, no matter what, to have one more going in terms of the same structure. I have it in the, let's have a look over here. In the second realm, I can also take a back kick, take another kick. Why in the first 2? As the second 2 can just be full on. Now, since I've done that, what I do in the first drop goes in the second and third drop, and that's it. And then I layer that completely, and then I export as one range file, as a whole big file. And as a, for example, the actual track file, which is for the duration of the track, and then that goes into further mixing and processing, as then I'll just lay out all the tracks, instruments together, and I export one final time. So my kick at the moment is sounding it took away a kick. So I took away a kick, better than everything I say. And when you say it took away a kick, just say I'm better than it. Never make yourself evil. And that's the way. Let's have a look. Now I can put a gross beat chain, a beautiful gross beat over here. So what's a gross beat? Gross beat is just a side effect in terms of something. It's an effect that you can use in your kick to make it jumpy and to make it do something. So with my kick, let's have a look. There's basic 2, there's basic 1, let's have a look. I can have basic 4, it's very simple. Let's have a look. And something that I can listen to basic 4. You can make your own chain effects as well inside gross beat. And complex has more going in it, so I can see that complex is much more, let's say, fun to listen to. You need something that's really kicking, making your beat go. Complex 7, and there's basic 4. So far from those two, I would go for with complex 7. Why? It just has much more going in it. So I love it. That goes, that goes. Now in terms of complex 7 and complex 11, I'll go complex 7. I love complex 7. That's a bum. I'm just picking nice, beautiful arrangements over here. Let's have a look. There's a chaos one. You can make it up as well. You can make up your own effects in gross beat. I can just use complex 7 for now. Now I can make my own as well. It's better to just relax and just enjoy my life and just go with complex 7 for now. I can do that. And why not? So all I do now to do complex 7 is I create an automation clip, and what I'll do is I'll place it one spot in the track where that's going to happen. So it can be inside my 4th realm where before the last bar of 16 kicks can happen right here. So for example, now what I'll do is based on 51%. So I have to make sure that it's going to be 51% line inside. It's going to be a 51% line through where I need it to be in order to make that sound. So I'll do one there and here, while everything else I'll drop it. Do you guys understand? So everything else will be dropped, will have no sound, so that I can do my life, so I can do me. And here it's going to be a nice, beautiful step going. It's going to be at 51% over here. And I'll make another one over here. And it's going to be just like one box. It's just going to be one box. And then what I do is I will slice it. I'll slice the actual automation clip and I'll go place it. Or I'll just copy the whole drop and slice the automation clip and I'll just paste it where it needs to be. That's what you do, guys. Now, let's have a look now. So my kick is going to start playing. Beautiful, beautiful. So it stopped, one kick stopped. See? Had a nice beautiful effect chain right there. Now, in terms of everything else, I can just place it all the way down. Now, since I have that going, for this track, I can just make sure that can go off the track. And what else? With my kicks, I can make just that my track. I can just make that my track. Just so simple. Nice and beautifully simple. It's a simple track. Very simple to do. And the whole point of this production is just to make my sound very easy to listen to, and that's it. It's never a competition, guys. It's never a competition who has the best track in mind. Just make something that's going to soothe your heart. Do you understand? Very simple. There's no competition in music. So when I play this, it's going to be one simple beat. And so far for this,